Welcome back to Bungie HQ here in beautiful Washington.
Damn, I should have had
where we're
that
coming
pain
to you
cream on
live
me.
with the opportunity to share
How
a
the hell's
little
your
bit of
day?
marathon gameplay with you for the very first time. My name's Andy. I work on the social media team here, and we've got an awesome show lined up for you with a little surprise at the end that you're going to want to stick around to. So make sure to go ahead and not tune out early. But no need to worry. You're not going to have to sit here and listen to me. I'm joined by some of my teammates here at Bungie to walk us through some of what we're going to be seeing today. So no time like the present. Let's get into the show. First things first, this gentleman here to my right, to your left, is Marathon's game director, Mr. Joe Ziegler. Joe, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much. Super excited to finally show something about our game, you know? We've been a little bit silent for a while, but we're hoping you'll have a lot of fun today.
Yeah, we'll have another video in addition to the one of just you in your office hanging out.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah,
I saw
won't be
the
talking
still.
for like 20 minutes straight this time. I promise, yeah.
So for anyone out there that
I saw the still where the Titan, they did confirm that Titan or whoever that was, that heavy character in this game, and that art image, he was holding a Mida multi-tool, by the way, which is crazy.
With a lot of amazing people, some of the people on this stage.
Awesome weapon in
a lot of
Destiny.
people who are sort of in the audience here today.
The Mida multi-tool. Love that gun.
My goal is ultimately to take sort of all the ideas that we have, bring them together in a singular experience, and help to deliver that experience as a single thread. So just love that.
Thank you very much for being here today, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. As we go on down the line, we're also joined by a man who's been instrumental in bringing the worlds of both games and film to life, our franchise art director, Mr. Joe Cross. Joe, how's it going?
I might have to skip this.
Not know.
My reimagine this.
Well, what's for anyone? And of course, last but exceptionally not
Sorry,
least, someone who
we're gonna
you've
have
probably
to-
seen in Bungie.
We're gonna have to skip some of this shit because they're not talking about it. These are just their introductions. I'm sure they'll give us more detail about the game once they show us the game.
The only
But
Mr.
I don't even know. I don't care about them. Uh-oh. Halo.
You could.
The only Halo that matters is the first trilogy. That's it. That's it.
I'll leave that to you, though. Well, for anyone out there in the audience who may not get that reference and is just meeting you for the first time, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself and what you do here?
Yeah, my name is Lars Bakken. I'm a senior design lead on the Run team. Shout out to Run team, everyone that's out there right now. Consisting of, we make the
Yeah, that's
maps
one of
for
the
zones
classes.
that you're going into.
The runner class.
We
I
make
forgot the other two
activities,
were
so
called.
we take some of the cool stuff that Andrew's team, we remix it, we add the UESC in, we make them real difficult on purpose.
Here shortly, but no, make sure you've got your Bungie and your Twitch account linked to make sure you don't miss out on the Twitch drop that's going on right now. And if you also go ahead and subscribe to any channel in the Marathon directory, you can get a special little cat badge next to your name to go ahead and show everyone that you were here today. So go out there, find a streamer you haven't found before, and make sure and drop a sub out there and share the love. And also, if you have dropped your sub here on Marathon the Game, worry not, that money all goes to the Bungie Foundation. So thank you for helping us help them do some good out there.
That's cool. That's cool.
Now,
I respect
we
that.
have a big show again lined up.
Yeah,
We've got
man.
some gameplay on the way coming up very
Yeah,
shortly.
yeah.
We had a chance to go ahead and work with some creators myself, but
You about what our game is about, just to kick us off, so we can put some images to what we've been talking about.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
So
What is this?
let's take a look.
Explain it. Tell it. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Whoa. This is very much like Destiny. I'm very impressed. Yeah. Already. I like Destiny combat.
The end of all things. But the dream is not over. My dream. Yours. Now. Run.
Oh, that looked like the Cabal kind of. Big fat thing. With a jetpack. September 23rd. That's the date. This year?
All right. Everyone.
Did it say this year? Oh, this must be for the closed beta alpha test. Okay, I thought that was like their official release date.
First things first, you saw that correctly. Marathon will be releasing just later this year on September 23rd.
Oh, it comes out.
Very shortly.
Oh, the full game comes out this September. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, good.
And
Yes.
in addition to that, coming just later this month on April 23rd, we're going to be running a closed alpha test that you can be a part of. Now, as a quick heads up, this is going to be focused on North America, 18 plus only. So there's going to be a big chance to play up front, but don't worry, there's going to be other opportunities to play later. So to make sure you're caught up with all the details and you're ready to go, do yourself a favor, head over to our
September
Discord,
23rd, 2025, it comes out.
The game.
Clear
And
your
of course,
schedule.
if you're here in Twitch chat with us
That's also
today,
during
you've already done
GTA
yourself a
time,
big
too.
favor. Members of our community and moderation teams are going to be going out and
Rip normal
looking for
life.
folks to drop codes to as well to make sure
Rip
that you
your
can get
social
priority
life.
access when the alpha kicks off. So go ahead and keep an eye out on your inbox. There's no exclamation point drops or anything you need to do, though I'm sure folks will do it anyway. But worry not, you've gone ahead and done yourself a favor by being here today. But let's get into it. What did we just see?
September, dude.
A lot of death, you know, is first what we all saw. But honestly, you saw a first glimpse of some of what's going on in Marathon, you know, our extraction shooter that we're creating over here. And it's got a little bit of everything. It's got some runners in there. It's got some weapons in there. It's got some crazy stuff happening, but yeah.
Yeah, a little taste of the weapons in there. You saw some alternate weapon actions. The flip scope is in there, so weapons are going to do more than just shoot, obviously. It's a Bungie game. We got to like really push things. Yeah, a lot of runner abilities are in there as well. The UESC, obviously a little taste of the UESC and what they're capable of.
Holy
yeah,
fuck,
a lot
man.
of awesome stuff.
And some fun world interactions too. Like there's that sequence where the shutters go down and then everything goes wrong for the team that's in that room. But that's, yeah, it's pretty cool to see those things.
Yeah, everything goes wrong. The Andy Salisbury story. Mr. Ziegler, so why are we making Marathon? Why is Bungie going into the extraction shooter space?
I mean, extraction shooters are something that are a passion of all of ours. Like, we really like the idea of bringing this experience that we've all enjoyed, which is this kind of intense survival-based experience where you are frequently unsure of what's going to happen next, but you're on that adventurous ride of it. You know, we talk about it sort of like it's a horror story that's kind of unfolding before you, and testing yourself to see if you can survive it. And we really wanted to take that and sort of, I don't know, bring a lot more people into it. When you love something, you really kind of want to just, you know, attract others to it, and so you can have a bigger party with it. And so, yeah, we've been doing a lot of work to make that happen.
Yeah,
You know?
no, it shows. And, you know, Lars,
Wow.
obviously, Bungie's got a long history of shooters, but this is a new type altogether for us to dive into. From your side,
Yeah.
what's it been like designing for all of this?
It's been fantastic. So when I started at Bungie, it was on the multiplayer team. And I am a competitive person in my nature. I really enjoy PvP. And so having to take that in the Marathon game and think about every single angle of every design, knowing that there will be other human beings in, around, and on the other side of it has just been fascinating and really exhilarating for myself personally, and I also know for the team.
Yeah, it's been really exciting to see. And, you know, obviously, you mentioned we saw a lot. We saw some runners. Mr. Witz, can you do me a favor and help introduce these 4 runners that are going to be available when the closed alpha test begins?
Yeah, for sure. We'll have 6 runners at launch, but we're focusing on the core 4 here they're going to be in the alpha. So going left to right, we have Locust. Locust is our soldier kind of fantasy, our soldier kit, all about push forward gameplay, right? The first one in, trying to get as many picks as possible, right?
So there's
against
6
either the USC
classes.
or other players. Next, we have Blackbird. It's a very reconnaissance-based kit, all about like figuring out where players and enemies are in general and punishing poor positioning. Glitch is like our agile disruptor kind of kit, all about pushing forward, disrupting enemy teams and what they're doing and getting out and kind of having that kind of cycle. Void is our stealth boy, our sneaky boy, all about throwing down smokes, going a full active camo cloak, into the darkness, getting some reses, and then taking some people by surprise. So yeah, this is our core 4 right now for
Very
Alpha.
exciting. A lot of different play styles to choose from out of the gate. And even furthermore, Joe Cross, also, if anyone's not following Joe Cross on Twitter, do yourself a favor and do so. But you've been sharing some art with these runners pretty recently out there on Twitter with everyone. Before the show, we were talking a little bit, and I've heard this come up a lot, but you guys have been working off of this concept of graphic realism. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is and what that means for the design here?
Yeah, it's one of our ingredients that we've sort of conjured up to help us define the visual world. For these runners, the first thing we wanted to make sure was their visual fantasy reflected the gameplay fantasy well. And then we sort of have our unique recipe of influences and inspirations for the reimagining of this world. And one of those sort of constraints we've created is this idea of graphic realism, where we kind of reduce the amount of geometry, we limit our materials, we use a lot of graphic design and color, and we sort of use it as a tool to onboard artists who are working on the project. And then it doesn't hurt to have a world-class concept team cranking this stuff out. And that's sort of the origin of a lot of these designs.
And obviously the world of Marathon has so much legacy to it as well. As a kid who grew up playing it, I know it well myself. But what's it been like stepping into this world?
It's amazing. For art geeks out there, the sort of the father of the Marathon visual world in a lot of ways is this guy Craig Mullins, who you see art represented on the left. Started out as a fan. Then got incorporated into the IP officially by Bungie, and so his legacy looms super large. And we've always tried to, pay attention, pay homage, make sure we were doing justice. And you can see here in the center, this is kind of a proto-runner we developed early in the process to make sure that, our sort of approach to graphic realism and style lined up and sort of represented that. And then on the right here, sort of an evolution into one of our actual runners here, Blackbird. With a similar fantasy and composition. So I think it's working out well, and I think we're doing something new, but also sort of looking back.
It's like a 3-panel study.
This is going to be fun. I can tell. Right? I think I'm going to enjoy this. I need to see more, but awesome. I like what I've seen so far.
Fine?
I don't know. It could be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, that said, if anyone out there in Twitch chat as well has any questions, go ahead and drop them in. We're going to try.
Corey with the sub. Or the bits. Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much, dude. Tashe. Always appreciate it. Thank you, my friend. How the hell are you doing, dude? We're here. We're checking out Marathon. This is looking. We only just caught. That's right. We only just caught a little snippet of the gameplay. There is more to come in this show, it looks like. But from what I've seen, I like. From what I'm hearing, I like. Let's continue on. Thank you once again. Thank you for the bits, dude. Holy frick. 190 bit-ass, dude. Thank you so much, dude. How the hell are you doing, by the way? We're taking notes on this.
Try and answer as many as we can. We're going to be showing again a lot of stuff today. So if you've got anything that comes to mind, please feel free to throw it in there. Folks on the community team are going to be keeping an eye out. But we've obviously got a chance to go ahead and dive a little deeper. We've done some telling. Let's go ahead and do some more showing by taking a bit of a deeper dive into some more Marathon
show more.
gameplay.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Thank you. You know what, Corey? Just for you, in honor of Corey and my man Brand Halen, let's go ahead and spark up the second blunt right now. Back-to-back blunts. Oh, man. Very colorful game.
Marathon
is that awesome
a team-based extraction shooter set around the mysterious and cutthroat world of Tau Ceti 4. You are a runner, a cybernetic mercenary who's given up their human form for a biosynthetic shell with unique abilities and stats, capable of both tactical and fast-paced combat. Here you'll fight in a crew of up to 3 players across a variety of zones and points of interest. You'll face rival runners in zones of up to 18 players, countless security forces, and otherworldly threats. To scavenge the remains of a lost colony for glory and fortune. The environments of Tau Ceti 4 are filled with weapons, materials, and equipment you can scavenge throughout the map. Before deploying, you'll strategically build your loadout and select a
This
runner
looks good.
to ensure you're equipped for the run ahead. Your objective is simple. Get in, gather as much loot as you can, and make it out alive. Die, and all your gear will be up for grabs. Survive, and your loot can be taken into future runs as you grow in power and fill your vault. Death is inevitable, but it's never the end. Think quickly on your feet.
That's
and
true,
outplay
Corey.
your opponents, and in your next run, you and your teammates will be the ones coming out on top.
Oh, I like that. I
And
like
even
the way
if
that
you're
looks.
down on your luck, factions can sponsor you with a fresh loadout, so you can get right back into the fight. Bungie brings its best-in-class first-person multiplayer action to the forefront. Dynamic and tactile gunplay, runners with unique playstyles, and customizable builds create highly dynamic and strategic team fights.
Okay.
Whether you're on a zero-to-hero run or high-rolling with powerful gear, you'll need to use your best judgment when you decide which fights to pick and how. Because no matter how geared you are, players with skill and strategy will always have the edge. Marathon is designed to be played in crews, with contextual pings, shared objectives, and down but not out, to streamline playing with your friends. Death is not the end. And if you're the last one
Yeah,
standing,
looks there's a
you can overcome the odds to revive your teammates and get out with your hard-earned loot. And if you believe your skills alone are enough to conquer any challenge, we give you the freedom to opt out of crew fill to take all the glory for yourself as a solo runner. No two runs in Marathon ever play out the same. With dynamic events, variable weather, and unpredictable players, you'll have to adapt on the fly if you want to survive.
They do, Corey. You're spot on.
Each run has a time limit,
I'm one of them,
and
you know.
anything can happen while you're chasing your objective. Looking to unlock upgrades or
Started with
increase your
Halo,
faction
then Destiny.
reputation? Slip into the shadows as Void and ghost past your enemies. Search the map for rare materials and profit opportunities without being discovered. Want to push enemy teams and steal their loot? Bring in Glitch with agility implants and your strongest weapons to disrupt rival crews. Running support for your friends, grab extra equipment, shield charges, and a specialized backpack to be the lifeline they need. You're always free to experiment with team compositions, and the only limit to how you want to play your runner is your loot and imagination.
I really
Endgame
like this.
Challenges, ranked play, discovering secrets, seasonal storytelling, community events, and more all await you in Season 1.
Remember when I told you guys Call of Duty DMZ was the future?
Of Tau Ceti 4.
This is why. Yeah, extraction shooters are the way to go.
You're only ever one run away.
DMZ, Helldivers, Tarkov. That looks really good. We're definitely gonna rewatch these. Yeah,
All right.
that looked really good.
Let's get into breaking.
Gameplay looks good. Everything else doesn't. But that.
I think for starters,
But,
again, you know, as we touched on.
But that's fine because there's time to mess with it. Exactly. Yeah, they're gonna build on this for
Bungie has such
sure.
a rich history with Marathon. You know, Joe Cross, from your standpoint, facilitating
guys
this
can
gameplay
chat
with
so
your
you
art
can see
style.
that in
Again,
there.
what was it like, kind of approaching this from your perspective? What were you looking to do?
You know,
I appreciate you
build on
coming
the
here, Corey.
legacy,
All of you, thank you.
the
Good to see
narrative
people
of
come to show up.
Marathon
Thank
is
y'all.
incredibly rich and like
It's a good topic.
inspirational, easy sort of inspiration for art. I also love just sort of having the keys to this
Alright, we can get the
car,
volume back
from,
up,
you know,
though.
from this era, working on a game from this era. I love older games. I love the way the games look from the PS1, PS2 era. So there was a lot for us, and you know, like I said, paying homage to some of the great sort of iconic artists of the time. So
Yeah, and also we had some keen-eared folks in chat. I think it's Joey Wolffinder asked if this is Ben Starr. Yep, Ben Starr was the narrator of that piece. Excellent ear.
Ben Starr.
Super cool, yeah.
Whoa.
He's almost an Andrew Witz, but he does his best. But all right, I'm gonna put you on the spot with a tough
That's
one.
Homelander.
Who's your favorite runner?
Ooh, controversial question.
We don't know
I
all
played
6
a variety
yet.
of them, but I will say probably the one I end up playing the most is Blackbird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. Any Blackbird mains out there? I like playing Blackbird because it's a great crew runner. Like it's in terms of being able to provide a lot of information, provide a lot of support. It's also a great runner that's kind of helps to counter a lot of strategies that can occur, especially ambush strategies that happen. Also to catch Void out of position if Void's trying to hide. So yeah, there's a lot of versatility to how you can play it.
Very fun. Mr. Witz, I think you and I share the same main. I got to ask as well, who's your go-to runner?
Oh, I split my time between Locust. I'm a very push-forward kind of player, as Joe reminds me all the time, because I'm pushing too much, too
You don't
often.
even have a W key. It just goes.
I just love to go fast forward. That's right. And so, like, yeah, that push forward gameplay that Locust kind of has, right? Being like the first to try and get a pick, you know, seeing somebody out of position, going for that pick. Also, I like to play glitch a lot too. Again, like, I really love that disruption playstyle. I love just finding an enemy crew, trying to exfil, trying to extract, and then like taking like the arm cannon and just knocking them out of like the zone, and now they're trapped with me and hopefully my teammates. Joe.
I'm scanning. I'm looking for enemies. It's good, yeah.
To that same end, actually, as you guys kind of discuss the runners, Destas in chat asks, what's the pacing targets to the gameplay? Are there any movement or traversal mechanics?
There are a lot of movement and traversal mechanics inside of the game, but it varies. Your effectiveness varies per runner. Yeah.
Yeah, like everything in like we're making like a survival sandbox, which means everything kind of has to have a cost, right? And so like if you want to go fast, like Locust has like a super sprint, so to speak. Like they have leg jets that kind of come on to help you sprint even faster.
I like that.
That costs heat. So basically, it's almost like a stamina system, but we call it heat because we're these awesome mercenary cyborgs, right? Where like the body overheats, and so this character has like some mobility, but you overheat quite a bit. So that's kind of the cost that's there, and so that's what pushes us into like finding implants that maybe like expand like how much like your heat meter, and also give you more agility, so you can even go even faster, right? So
I need to share this story about the Sega Corporation and Midas as well, with their whole conscious manipulation and taking it away, the whole philosophy there. I think that's very fantastic. She would enjoy hearing about it, especially since she's in the middle of watching the new Black Mirror right now. So anyway, continuing. Sorry.
So yeah, there's a lot of cost in the game in terms of when we play some mobility.
Sekaguchi, that's the name of one of the corporations. That's actually the name on that guy's shirt over there. Yeah, something. Yeah, it's Japanese, but they work on like cybernetics, and I believe they're the ones who do the whole consciousness, removing you from your everybody. I guess they all know that they're gonna die, so in the future everybody just gets these shells or whatever, and they do their own thing. But I want to do a lore dive on that with you guys.
Anything in there.
We got to do some
really
lore
wanna make
diving here.
It's like, how does this affect the pace, and how does this affect the overall survival sandbox?
And to be fair, we're still looking at the alpha builds.
Gucci, exactly.
Because some stuff is kind of
Perfect.
sketchy. Yeah.
No, it's we have a lot to learn. That's why we're doing this, right?
Yeah, I mean, and actually, while we're talking about kind of those finer details, Witz, I'd love to still kind of bug you a little bit. In Marathon, build crafting is a big deal. What does that mean in the world that you guys are building?
Yeah, and so like the runners are essentially like a base, right? And so each runner has they have a bunch of implants that you can kind of find that do kind of wild things, and like as they go up in rarity, right? There's a lot of stats, so you can increase your resistance to certain things.
So the implants are like the
toxins
armor
can
system.
essentially be poisoned, right, as our tox, and so you can build up resistances to that. You can increase your agility. There's shields, obviously, to make you a bit more durable. We have cores. Cores are really cool. They basically give you like extra passives. And at the base rarity, like they have these kind of passives that you kind of play around. At the highest rarity, they are specific to the runner kit that you have, the runner you're playing. And what they do is they really augment your abilities wildly, right? So you can you know, you're doing one thing and then you get like a core specifically for glitch, and now you're like, oh, my double jump is a triple jump? Like, that's how much we want to kind of push that, so that gear really matters. And so builds are like completely the implants, the cores, weapons, weapon attachments. Weapons have like a pretty cool progression too. We have gold mods, which are kind of like the highest end of the attachment pool. They're essentially like exotics in our game, right? What is the exotic version of this Magnum that can do some wild stuff? So yeah, like really it's the entire package together is what the build crafting experience is in Marathon.
That's super exciting. And actually, to that same end, we got a question in chat as well from, I think, Firex is how you pronounce it. How many players are going to be in each map?
Varies per map.
Yeah, it varies per map.
Got it.
The footage that people have seen a lot of, Dire Marsh, we support up to 18 players.
Excellent. Okay. All right. So going to be room for a lot of play styles. To that same end, I know we talked a little bit about Void earlier as well. Lars, can you walk us through maybe just your play style when you're approaching any of these runs?
Sure, yeah.
Let's go ahead and sell out the best strategy.
I have to give away my secrets. So Void is really fun for me because it leans into this part of my personality that is like very devious. And so, you know, if you go on a run with me, I'll be like, hey, any claymores you see, let me know. And I'm putting those in my backpack, and I'm doing crazy things like, okay, so Void has a prime ability that sends out, I think you saw it in the video, it sends like a wall of smoke that sort of like your home base when you do that. It's a portable. Because when you go in that, you become invisible. You get automatic active camo. So I'll do things like set that up to make people believe I'm doing one thing and then do another. So a lot of subversive things. I'll go in there and I'll claymore the inside, right? If someone comes in after me, they're gonna have a very bad time. But I also do things like I'll go to a place in the zone where there's high tier loot and I'll claymore it up and then, you know, close all the doors and leave and be like, I wonder if anyone's gonna show up. And then sure enough, you know, maybe 5 minutes later, I see the shield crack in the HUD and I'm like,
Yeah.
yes.
This game is going to be really intense. It's because, like I have been telling people, ever since I played COD, was it Modern Warfare 2, and we got into the DMZ, the future is no longer with arena style combat, and there is still a future with battle royale, but there is even a more unique and interesting further out future where it is these extraction shooters where when you get out there, it is sort of like a battle royale, but it also is kind of a looter shooter. You're out there, you're also killing you know, non-players as well. They'll have aliens or whatever the it's PvE VE is what it is. So that is the future. That's very exciting stuff to hear. I think this has potential to be a really good game to watch people stream, especially hearing him talk about the traps and all of that with all of the doors and being able to play with people. That's where I'm getting a little bit of the Call of Duty PvEVP or whatever it is, right? I'm getting a little bit of, I was starting to feel a little bit of Warzone vibes when he was talking about what he was doing with the Claymore mines and the doors there. So that's,
You know, I can
that's good.
Go back and see what's going on.
Corey.
So yeah, that's how I like to play.
Yeah, how about
Plants
you?
v eggs, varied
What's your
eggs.
go-to?
Well, if you know me, you know I'd rather look good and lose. So I generally pick the runner with the coolest helmet, and in this lineup, I think that's clearly Blackbird.
I'm kind of guilty of that.
As far as my play style, I'm typically just a decoy. So
It's like,
He's a
"Joe,
decoy.
Go over there.
yeah,
Go over
exactly. I am
Look
the
really
worst.
great.
there." Yeah, exactly. Just stand in the open
Yeah.
for a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the end of my run story.
There you go.
Fair. Well, we want to thank you all for your collective sacrifice. We appreciate it. So actually, to that same end, you know, obviously we do a lot of play testing here internally. With
So he's
tonight,
not
you
very
mentioned you've
good.
got a folder of some of your best.
We've all got that member in your Destiny squad or your Call of Duty squad that's just, you know, that guy's job is just to be a decoy because he's trash. We've all got that one person on the team, man.
Best plays, but what are some of your most memorable runs so far?
Some of my memorable runs
In
are
trials.
really when I think I'm going to be doing one thing, right? Like, okay, I'm going to do a contract. I'm going to be going here. I got to go into this room. I'm going to interact with this device. And I think it's like, I'm safe. Like, I'm kind of doing like a routine thing. I can get in and get
We all know. That motherfucker
out if I'm like smart about it and really kind of listen.
changes anything they do exactly. And then they also be the first one. Well, I think that's gonna be it for me today, and they quit on you too. Oh man.
For what's going on. Like there's no UEC around, there's no players around. And oftentimes there's another player, like the best moments is there's another crew that are going for the exact same thing. And there's this moment of like you're about to turn the key to get into a locked room and then the other team is right there and you're like, oh crap. Like, and then you're like, this is all out war in like a hallway that seems to be like a regular hallway, but now it's just like it just gets crazy. And so I think those are the peaks that happen where there's these tense moments if you're trying to do something that lead to these very quick crescendos where, you know, these mercenaries kind of going crazy and other way, like all these players are jumping in.
You make it sound like you're playing so carefully, but you're not.
He's just
Listen, the tactics are happening fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Processing power. is what it is.
Yeah, the math is going. Like it's happening.
It's improvisational, right?
Yeah.
bro. We're playing. We're getting into the war zone after this. Dude, this is giving me war zone vibes, man. This is making me want to shoot somebody and get creative out there in the battlefield, y'all. Oof.
It sounds like, I mean, runs can obviously entail a lot, but we also have a question from chat from Sharky218.
I gotta level up my
Is it
new
gonna be
kilo
just
gun.
weapons, or is there going to be more for people to go after while they're out there in Tau Ceti?
There's a ton of them.
There's a ton of
them.
them,
Yeah, there's implants, there's cores, there's equipment,
Consumables.
there's
Grenades. Let's
consumables. Yeah.
talk about grenades.
Yeah, there's grenades.
I mean,
We have a bunch of different types of grenades in the game as well that you can loot in the world. We have valuables, we have backpacks,
Yeah.
attachments, weapons, materials, keys.
and there's
lots
a
of
bunch of
stuff,
stuff too that we're just, we call valuables, but like there's times when you're running low on money and
Backpacks are definitely a battle royale thing. Like that's always been a thing with BRs. Like I keep telling them, like this is gonna be like a good blend of BR and more extraction shooter. Like this is going to be a very it almost in a way it reminds me of the concept of when when Destiny was first announced and we were hearing about it. And the thing about Destiny is that Destiny is like what if Halo were to become online, if Halo were to like, well, I mean, it is online, but if Halo were to become like an MMO or something like that, or like if Halo were to kind of turn a little bit of World of Warcraft-esque, that's what Destiny is. It starts to blend the lines between the RPG and the shooting, and that's what Marathon is looking like that it's trying to do. It's trying to blend the extraction shooter with the competitiveness of a battle royale. That's why I think this is going to be a very unique title. Yeah, there are a few points of contention there, but once again, like Destiny was offering something no other game was offering, I think this game is going to do that as well. I really do.
and you're like, I just need to do a valuables run right now and I need to pick up these things. And
Oh, it's not a new curtain, brother. It's not a new curtain at all. I just decided when I turned 40, I just decided to remove all those lights. I got tired of looking at all those lights. I was like, man, just chill it out. Less light. It was like it started to look like a damn carousel behind me, for crying out loud. So I just got rid of all the damn lights. I ripped them down and everything. Yeah. Same old curtain. It's always been there.
and get my money, into my space bank. So
Space Bank, yeah.
That actually is a good segue from, and I'm not making this name up, Ballin' Hobo asks, what do I do with the loot when I extract? Like, why does it matter in the long run?
Yeah, there's a variety of reasons. So a lot of it was related to sort of our factions and contract system. But if you want to talk a little bit about that, Lars.
yeah, I mean, we've got this entire system we call factions. You're doing contracts, they're like missions, and you are being greeted originally by AI representative because you are a mercenary. You don't really have allegiance to anyone. They are going to pay you to do these jobs.
Who's that
and
back
so they'll
above my
give you
enemy?
these
I don't know.
missions to do. And as you're doing these missions, like Andrew said, sometimes you run into
It's a long
danger,
story. I'll
but
tell you later.
The cool thing about, I think, a lot of the faction and the contract system is like you could complete the, download the agricultural survey from this one area on one of the zones, and you're doing the thing, and you've sort of done it. So even if you die, you've still made progress there, which I think is a really cool aspect of that feature. But then there's also this other meta layer where as you're working with the different factions,
family.
they allow you to upgrade yourself over time, and so you can increase your heat meter, you can increase your loot speed, things like that.
Whoa. Did he just say you can increase your loot speed?
Increase your heat meter, you can increase your loot speed, things like that.
Yeah.
I was gonna
That's
say, you're trying to
really-
get as much
that's
loot as
revolutionary.
possible to meet the
No battle royale or any sort of extraction shooter has the ability, gives the player the ability to loot faster. That has never ever been a thing. Nobody's ever seen a battle royale that has an ability or an item that lets the player loot faster. That's pretty cool. That's actually really cool, dude. Holy smokes.
challenge of the world, right?
Yeah.
Like
That is cool.
essentially, you know, different missions get harder over time, right? Which means you want to have more loot on
Who is he? Where is he? I don't
you,
understand what
so
you're
you
asking,
can
Corey.
Survive longer, you know, so just in general, be able to do like.
Oh,
you know,
he's
fight
back there
all
in the
different,
case,
You know, hostile
in the
entities in the
bookshelf.
world. Like get through the. There's a POI on a zone that's heavily fortified by UESC, and all of the different units that are there, the snipers, the assault units. Like you want to be able to not only withstand that and players. So there's a lot of reasons why you want to get loot again.
And honestly,
No.
like a lot of the loot translates into things like upgrades.
Maybe
you know,
later.
that you utilize through the factions, but there's also an in-game store called the Black Market where you can use a lot of your currency and things like that to actually re-equip yourself if you go on a bad run, or to upgrade yourself if you need anything from that space. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons to get a lot of good loot out. I don't think I'm ever short of reasons to get loot out.
That just says something else about me, though. I'm just a loot goblin.
Grogu.
So sometimes extraction shooters also can be seen as kind of hardcore and maybe tough to get into. What are some of the things that you guys are doing to make them easier to dive into?
Yeah, I think there's a couple things that we could talk about. One is we are obviously investing, besides doing a little bit more onboarding in the front end so players can understand a little bit about what the nature of the game mode is. We're also doing a lot to make combat something that's a little bit more approachable, but also just equally as deep and have pretty wide things. But I think Andrew could talk about it, yeah.
Yeah, we want to make, like, this is like a Bungie shooter, right? We want to make sure it's approachable. We like nail those fantasies. Every button press feels awesome, right? And so really trying to bring that kind of, like morph the Bungie action game into like in the survival space where, again, everything kind of costs something, right? Getting shot, like, you're not going to have like a limb system where like, you know, your limb's broken or anything, but you will, like guns do stopping power, right? Which they can knock you out of sprint, they can slow you down, right? Status effects are still in the game. And so if you are hit with a chem grenade, right, you're gonna be toxed. You can be immobilized, right, which really slows you down. You can be overheated. There's all these things, and that pushes you into using consumables and making sure you have an answer for these things that happen. So we're trying to make sure that you keep the depth of the survival game, but the approachability of the action game, right? And so that's how we're trying to marry that together. And in addition to that, if you have some bad runs, right, like, and you don't have a lot of, you see your loot kind of going down, we have the sponsored kits, like it's kind of talking in the video earlier, where it's a package of gameplay items like weapons or equipment or maybe a shield or something or consumables. That's kind of like the floor for what we think you can be really, like you can be capable in the environment and actually like fight other players that actually are kitted out. So you're never feeling like, the goal is that you can always clutch even if you find somebody who's completed kitted out in like really high-end gear, because that's your payday, right? That's like the beauty of the moment of like, oh my God, I took this player and oh, they have the best shield in the game. Hell yeah, you know?
Yeah. Hurts. I mean, obviously, going to be a lot of good pointers for folks at home taking notes for when they get a chance to get into the alpha. But we'd be remiss if we also didn't mention how a big part of what we do here at Bungie is working alongside our community, which is why we've also had the chance.
I can't believe it's coming out this year,
to
man.
work with hundreds of different creators in our community as well, to go ahead and get some of their feedback. So to those of you out there that have joined us, thank you very much for your time and your opinions. They mean a lot. But no need to listen to me talk about it. We actually just last week had a bunch of folks in here to go ahead and play test the very same alpha build that some of you will have a chance to join in on as well. So I vote I go ahead and let you tell them about it in their own
Alpha,
words.
I believe it says April 23rd, I believe is when it starts.
You kind of feel the blood pumping.
Got him, got him, got him. Down the ball again and 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 again.
This is a new world. This is a different take on an extraction shooter.
No! No, let me get out!
it's game changing. It is literally game changing.
So they got Destiny people in the Destiny community here. Bungie invites 40 creators and press to playtest alpha with the entire development team. Okay.
You
Okay.
were the first group outside of Bungie to playtest our alpha build.
All right, let's see it. Let's see him play. How good is Scaro? Scaro, however you pronounce his name.
Look daddy up, let's go.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, see, now this is definitely the extraction shooter menu. We are all familiar with this menu if you are in extraction shooters. However, this is not in all of the extraction shooters. This is in some of the other more tactical ones. You will not see a menu like this in Helldivers, but you will see a menu like this in Tarkov.
I am ready and up. Whatever you two are. Yes, sir. Oh, we are bringing some money in this time.
Quick read.
Hidden Xperia.
Look around. See
Yeah, I'm
who's,
gonna see who we're gonna read with.
Alrighty. Bio research is right next to us. If you want to do the intercept. Yeah.
Oh, they're going to play a match right now.
Yeah, we can do that. You want to get going?
Yep, Medro.
That should be a good one.
I didn't actually. I've not been there yet.
Oh, okay, there's...
Oh, yeah.
So...
Fall
for the
damage.
gang, there is fall damage, and it is severe if you
There
drop
is. I got a mod
a
earlier that like drastically reduces it though. So there are ways to reduce it.
I may have just exploded my kneecaps.
If you dash right before you hit the ground,
you
don't take
it saves it.
damage.
It'll break the fall, yeah. Happens to the best of us.
AI on the right.
Yeah, see. PvE, yeah, enemy
Yeah, more
AI
inside
enemies.
like the little shrubbery.
What are they?
A hostile unit is calling for reinforcements.
Sorry. Excuse me, sorry.
You good? You good?
Yeah, still heading to field maintenance.
Yep.
Oh, I got AI over here like crazy.
Oh my god, you didn't shut up. Are we killing them or ignoring them?
AI with a snipe up above is looking at me.
It's so colorful.
I
Like
need
there's a
some,
lot of like neon
ammo. Guys, follow me.
green.
Green punk right there.
There's ticks underneath.
Oh yeah, here I think.
Player. Down one.
I hit one for it to kill, but I'm 1-2.
I wish this was in third person.
Down. That's all of them.
Or at least like you could change it.
Either way, I'm getting shredded right now, so I gotta
Clear the AI outside first. They're just gonna beam us if we don't get rid of them.
we gotta. Yep.
What?
That's a purple one.
Wait, the one that's at fire like 5 knees. Oh,
Big grenadiers, yeah. They're
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
great. What do you have on your little guy?
It's a lot of weird little sounds. Little.
had just been weapons on him. Poor guy.
Oh, mechanic kit. That's what we need, right?
What was all that?
Just mechanical static
Like a
effect.
digital distortion sound?
Yeah, I'm inside with them.
This, yeah, look at that.
When you have the mechanics kit, it does take anything.
Looks like that shotgun from Starfield.
I'm unlocking the box. Yeah, dropping in big ones too.
There's a mine he just threw down. A claymore. What was that? That looked like a claymore.
They've got long
He
shots
just
too.
did that shit. Just did that shit.
Oh. Yeah. That's gotta be.
I played one shield.
Broke him.
There's a loot up there who's absolute.
Did you guys see the break thing? This right here? This is 1,000,000% a Call of Duty Warzone thing. This is the only game that does that has that little thing pop up like that and gives it a distinct sound as well too. That is a 100% a Warzone thing. Like I've been telling you guys, like they're blending the Battle Royale and the extraction shooter together. They're bringing elements over from both of those worlds. I like the way. I love to see that. That's one of my favorite things to see whenever I'm playing. Every time it's a weird like a dopamine rush. Like I feel it every time that little like that crack happens like that. Oh, you know that person's on the brink of dying, dude. They got no fucking shields left. It's such a good feeling. Good, and it makes me happy to see them introduce that in this too.
I played one shield. There's a loot up
Can you
there
finish the
who's
job
absolute.
though? Doesn't look like it.
Oh my god, I almost realized.
Where are they?
They're on the balcony, like south 200.
I got one knocked. I got one knocked.
Nice.
He's right there to your left.
That's
Annihilated, dude. Oh my god.
On me. I'm out of ammo.
Yeah, I would say it to self as you
yeah,
can.
there's a sniper.
Freaking no! It's a Brian! Kill him, he's a fiend, dude.
I'm coming to you, friend.
Yeah, I see him. Don't underestimate this guy.
Oh my god, that's it. He killed 2, I think it's 1v1.
This is gonna be really fun.
Ben,
You gotta have a team though, dude. You gotta have a team though. You're right. It definitely a Destiny meets Warzone PUBG vibe to it. Seems like you'll be playing this for sure. Oh, 1,000,000%. I'm gonna be all up in this game. Yeah, for sure, dude.
Good stuff. I literally only.
I mean, there's 6 classes too. They only showed us 4, but I'm curious about the other 2 classes. How much you want to bet they're gonna sell them with either you got to buy the deluxe edition of the game to get access to the classes, or you got to get like the battle pass to get access to the the final 2 classes. How much you want to bet they're gonna put that behind a paywall of some sort, whether it's the deluxe edition of the game or the battle pass? Watch, you'll see. Because like it's just weird that this game comes out in September, and I'm like, well, clearly, they just say they can't talk about them just yet, and we're like, well, why not? It's because they're behind a paywall. That's why.
Okay,
I bet. We'll see.
The knock I had was way over here. I don't see anybody over there yet.
He's been quiet for an awful long time. I reckon he's gone to res.
I knew it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I saw the yellow bead. I was like, hey, the minute I said, that sniper's been looking at you for a minute. And I was just like, and every time I always say that in my brain, I'm like, that sniper's already been looking at me. By the time I notice them and I see that they've already been looking at me, you're dead. And the minute my brain said that a sniper's been looking at you for a while, he just gets deleted. Look at this. Look at him. He's like over to his left. He's so focused at looking straight on the reticle, he doesn't notice this guy's right here. Look. Ah, whoa. Hold on. Yeah.
He's been quiet for an awful long time.
Like this, yeah. Like this guy was just chilling right here. Then he peeks.
Right there. Yep.
Yeah.
Tell me if they rest.
That looks like a Nintendo
He's
Switch.
Angle at a distance.
Sniped a sniper.
Yeah, right on me. This player. On me. Very weak up there.
This is like Destiny and Warzone rolled into one. That's literally what Marathon is. It's literally just going to be Destiny and Warzone rolled into one, which I love it. Yeah, if you see the ADS beam, best not to challenge because they have the dropping. Oh, absolutely, dude. Get the fuck. Yeah, that's the sniper's glint. That's also a war. That's a big time war zone. I think they do. Yeah, they do the glint in Destiny too. Yeah, it's a white glint. Yeah, it's a little bright little. Yeah, the sniper glint. Yeah, if you see that, it's already been looking at you. You're done, bro. Unless they like missed or something.
Underneath.
It like clips your ear, you know, like old Trump or some shit like that.
I'm underneath.
Oh, like that's just my ear.
Are they where we got down? Nice.
Knocked one.
Coming.
Got one left.
I take shots on the right side, like you something.
No, if they're close. I got no tags. Oh.
There.
Sending pulses.
You got eyes?
That's like
Yeah,
a local radar thing.
There?
Yeah. You see that? You see that? I can't tell what this is because it's so bright. I can't read the font that's in there. Okay, now when it's yellow, you see that it says threats detected right there. I've never seen anybody use this except him. First of all, can I just say this? This interface is a bit much. This is a lot. The interface, there's a lot going on here. I'm seeing two kinds of abilities here. I'm assuming this is like for your left and your right, you know, your bumper abilities right down here. They got to recharge. You've also got the status of your teammates right down here, right up here. And then where my camera is, you guys can't see it. But underneath where my cam is, you've got your health and, you know, number of heals and your shields down there, right? And so, and then right here, you've got your weapon information. I don't know what this is. I'm assuming this might be a stamina thing, but maybe the stamina might be under the health, usually like it is. But up top, we've got, right up here, we've got, I'm seeing, it's not a trash game. Shut up, Corey. It could be. I don't know. We haven't played it yet. It could be. I don't know. I hope it's not. But I'm seeing right up here, though, a nice little objective here because this is, you know, there is, this, I guess this is, it's a challenge or something. Find data cards and AI uplink, Dire Marsh. We've got a compass up here, and then we've got, this is a team notification right here. This bar lets him know what his teammates are doing. And then, of course, we have this thing now that's popping up as like letting you know some sort of ability that he's doing. I don't know that this needs, I would rather not see this, though. If I have this ability, I would love to turn this off, and I just want like the little red diamonds to show up where I need to. But this interface, there is definitely a lot going on here. There is a lot going on in this interface here. I'm not going to lie. But this right here, yeah, as you can see, though, the threat's detected.
I got no tags.
Pulsing. And it turns red.
There.
And then, yeah, the minute it turns red, that's when the red diamond, you should see a red diamond show up.
You got eyes?
Yeah, A1.
Is that him up there?
Oh, there's a ping. Thank God. That is another big time thing that's in Warzone is the ping system. I've been playing Destiny. Don't give us Lightfall 2. One of the things that I always complained about in Destiny was that they need to have a ping system for players. If you're not going to talk to them, you know, if people aren't going to use their mics or whatnot, at least give us a ping system so we can let the other, you know, our other teammates know, like, hey, there's something over there, like whether there's an item or there's an enemy over there or something. You know what I mean? I'm so glad they've got a ping. Destiny should have a ping in it, honestly.
Is that him up there? Is he upstairs inside?
Yes, sorry, he was. Yeah, hear him. Or is that USAC?
No, you said guy right there.
They were shooting something in there.
I think they kind of built a ringer group, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Let me see this again. This shield, I just don't know how I feel about the shield, too. And I'm noticing when he has his shield up here, there's a shield health bar above his health bar. So you can end up having 3 bars of health to keep an eye out whenever this comes into play, apparently.
Or is that USAC?
No, you said guy right there. They were shooting something.
Just want to see how useful his shield is. His shield's gone.
I think they kind of built a ringer group, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty confident.
They built a God Squad, you could say. I feel like we might be the God Squad.
That was good. That was a good run.
Flawless run. Your own last breath.
We got knife some AI and grab some guns.
We can go to field maintenance.
Okay, so yeah, they've got
Yeah, loot
enemy
container, too.
AI.
Isn't there one of those around here?
Yeah, it's right here.
Honestly, for real though, I can see myself like 80% of the time just focusing on like enemy AI, extracting, getting the loot, and then maybe, you know, sometimes I might get, you know, tempted to go fuck with some other real players, but something tells me I can see myself just chilling, just going after AI, man, just searching around looking for things. It's not like you have to play at a certain... See, here's the thing about this game that's going to make it so special. We're used to, as a Destiny player, we're used to whenever we do these missions, they're scripted, right? Like, it'll tell you you can't go beyond this border, or the mission will end, or you'll get hurt, or there's an objective, nothing else will happen until you go to the yellow diamond, right? This is completely open. So you don't have to follow... You don't have to be on the rails of the shooter. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to play along with the scripted moments. You can just drop in there and go where you want, kill what you want, and look for what you want. Or you can just, you know, you can literally, like I did in the DMZ back when we played DMZ every day, I would just jump in, run around for fun, and just shoot shit. Sometimes I didn't have a purpose. And then sometimes things went crazy and I had fucking fighting in multiple teams and fighting, oh, there's a boss and there's a secret key to find and all some other shit. This is the way. It's the perfect blend without having to do that on the rails, you know, based mission thing. You can jump in, get some action, and get out without having to be heavily invested, or you can be heavily invested because you can lose your gear too, you know, if you're not careful. But yeah, I love it. I am very, very curious about this.
Where did I just hear that thought?
That's the knife movement. It's 2 hits. The knife tried to hit the shield.
I knifed one.
Oh my god, I'm dead.
Can I see that AI enemy again? That's the one that I saw earlier that looked like a cabal. This guy right here. Does he not look like a cabal? Can we slow it down? He looks like a cabal. He looks like a cabal.
Oh.
That's still too fast. Look at this guy. Look at him. This looks like a cabal. See? I'm like, this is basically Destiny and Warzone. Like, I feel like some of these assets are being reused slightly. Look, this, I mean, I'm okay with it because I'm a huge fan of Destiny. You guys know me, you know, but oops, I didn't mean to do that. Take me out. Yeah, that looks like a cabal. This is one of the enemy AI types. Yeah, enemy AI right there. And he looks just like a cabal. That's pretty dope.
Oh my god, I'm dead.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Something's sucking me.
Yeah, he looks like a cabal.
It's a purple shield.
UESC reinforcement signal detected.
I found a purple enemy. I heavy knifed it 4 times and had to dump a full mag into it.
Really?
Yeah.
They really need to do a better job with these streams. They need to do a better job of giving us a higher resolution option. I do that with mine and my little fucking thing. I'm just surprised they don't give us an option to see this in 1440 even after the stream has ended. Right? The pixelation was absurd here. The quality of this is terrible.
Yeah.
It's so like foggy, or I can't think of the word. This right here. That was the part that made me say, no, that's too much. I need to see this one more time. I'm just kind of curious. I'm sorry.
I heavy knifed it 4 times and had to dump a full mag into it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are AI enemies. They look like, okay. I don't know anymore. Yeah, these are AI enemies.
Okay. Yay! I don't want the conquest. LMG.
Berkey?
I should take it, but I don't want it.
Shut up.
Right here, take this.
Long
Take
shot.
this.
I'm saved.
Just kidding.
What's the question marks again?
That
are on the map?
Oh, I think those are the flares, right?
No, question marks on the map are going to be like just like with Division 2, where it's just like a mysterious live event that's happening. Like sometimes it would be like a broadcast, or it would be like a hostage situation, or sometimes it would be like a delivery, like a transaction or something like that as well too. That's usually what the question marks are. They also had those in Red Dead Redemption 2, but that's a totally different vibe. That's like, those are people who are just offering side quests. But I'm pretty sure a question mark in a game like this is going to be like a random online activity that's happening that they just haven't discovered or don't know about yet. It's just happening right there.
Huh?
I hope that it should be.
Like
Like
this?
the cash flares?
Yeah, I don't know.
Flares, 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 flares.
Oh shit, yeah, right there. Oh shit. What kind of gun is this? What's this weapon?
One is broken.
Okay, the purple shield, I knocked one.
I knocked one.
She's sniping. She putting in work.
Found him.
This game would be so fun to watch if you just removed the HUD. I want a HUD-less gameplay.
Prepare for increased hostile action.
Glitch is moving, glitch is moving.
Behind, yeah, glitches behind you at the moment. White shield, white shield.
Oh, she's scared. She's scared.
Down, down.
Very good.
Very, very nice. I called the purple. Yeah, I want the frickin' purple. Here's a green on this
Purple shield? Who has that?
one. Me.
The big items, the big drops, the stuff that's like really high value, they're like, I have to get this out.
Doesn't matter if I'm playing Lucas or Void or Glitch. If I've got a better aim, I'm gonna win. There's no other extraction shooter like that.
I got a better aim.
When people find out about some of the secrets and stuff,
Scarro.
they're going to lose their mind.
Playing so far has just been refreshing, I'd like to say. Everything felt really locked in.
Where's Acid Cross at?
This being sort of the next full Bungie experience is
Boo.
Fun. I just want to play more.
Everybody boo this man. September 23rd. That is the day when that game comes out. That's right around like GTA 6 timeline. Just letting you know right now, the rest of this year, bro, look, it's going to be a problem for me. I'm going to have problems. We're going to have some problems. Good problems.
All right, so
obviously, having those creators in was a whole lot of fun. Getting to work with both creators and players alike has been a privilege. It's been a great time getting to set that up. And of course, I promise I'm not saying
That
this just
on
because
them,
I work on
man.
the
Get the
social
drop
media
on
team here.
them.
But if you head over to our YouTube channel,
Playing
we have
this
a
in
full 20-minute
GTA?
version of
Woo.
that. So youtube.com @Marathon the Game is where to find us. Also, same with all of our other
That's gonna be
social
quite a
channels I'm at it.
rotation.
But Lars, obviously, again, like we talked about before that video, we're familiar with working with our community really closely. But have we ever done it this early or at this scale before?
So I've been at Bungie for a while now, since the Halo 3 days, and I think the thing, even since my time, we've been really good about is working with players, working with the community. It's something we take pride in. And on this game in particular, yeah, we brought people in, players in much earlier into the process than I think we ever have before, and it's given us really good insight. You know, we tell them when they show up, be brutally honest, because that's how we learn, that's how we understand what needs to change, what needs to get better, and I think it's been really great.
Remove skill-based matchmaking.
It's been a ton of fun. I mean, even again, like these folks were all here last week. You guys were in there with them. Some of you playing as well. What was it like?
Oh, it was super exciting. Yeah, I mean, like when you have a lot of there was a combination of players who we've been engaging with for a long time, and some players who were brand new, and it was great to see sort of like the mix of the both. Especially when you got to some higher level skilled players who just joined in and immediately got it and started destroying everybody, like Tens and Lupo was in there, and but yeah, you had some pretty awesome moments, didn't you?
Yeah, so it was pretty amazing to jump in, and I'm gonna throw Nick under the bus for a moment here. Like apparently he was on the team with Brian and Jeff Keighley, and they were not having success. Y'all were like destroying them, the creators. Yeah, it's probably your team that was destroying them.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that the team Jeff Keighley was almost getting destroyed. I mean, come on.
So I was brought in as like a hired gun to help get Jeff through, and
thank you.
I did my job.
Mission accomplished, Lars. Yeah.
Something that he's used to, obviously. Also, though, you were saying you were observing a little bit as well, maybe not playing quite as much. What was it like, from your perspective, getting to see all these folks jump in and play the game for the first time? Some of them.
I mean, it was awesome. It's awesome, like playing the game for so long, right, and seeing other people play the game is just a great feeling, right, for like the whole team. You get to see things that you designed for happen, and in real life, right? You see people who are like being hunted by other players that take refuge by like a heavy
Destiny
fortified
and
area,
Warzone.
watching
That's what
the
this feels
UESC
like.
Equalize a little bit. Moments like that was great. There was another fight that was like it looked so fun, but also hilarious, but also like really like. It was like a great time, but also really tense. There was two crews that were fighting under the dire marsh map. There's a bunch of tunnels and stuff like that, and they were fighting in the tunnels. And the fight was literally like almost 1-by-1s, like 3 and 3, like constantly moving towards each other and fighting in the hallway. The person in the front dropping meds for people in the back and changing positions. And that fight went into like little vents as well. So it was like this it was this hilarious chase that was like it was super tense because you didn't know exactly whether you were going to get third party, and they were just the volume of the room kept on going up from those two crews because they were just like,
yeah, man. That's another thing. Yes, so he said, yeah, you got to worry about another team showing up too. What he's saying, all of that gunfire happening between the two teams, in the battle royale, like another team is going to hear that, and in extraction shooters, other teams can hear your gunfight, and then they're like, hey, can we just go and kill those people, whoever survives? Because we know whoever survives, they might be kind of wounded or trying to heal. We can get the jump on them. Because the trick is to get there while the firefight is happening, so that way you can collect on the easy kills and get the loot from both teams. So yeah, he said it right there. Like that feeling in the back of your mind when you're out there in a game like that, knowing that, fuck, we can get third partied at any moment. People hear us, and it'd always be somebody from behind you, right? You'll be in the middle of a gunfight, you're like, oh shit, behind, and you're like, another team is right there flanking you, and then they're gonna go clean the whole shit up, clean the whole scene up, man. That's what they want to do. Oh God, that feeling, yes, he said that though. Worrying about being third partied. Oof.
There's another vent right there that could pop up from there. And they were shooting vents just like out of just pure paranoia. It was awesome to watch.
Very
It's a
good.
good balance to strike, obviously, yeah. And you, again, we were mentioning you got to play. Were there any other creators you got to dive in with?
Oh yeah, I was on a team with Valkyrie and Katamina, and we had a lot of fun. There was like a couple moments where we bunkered down underneath a greenhouse in the tunnels. Tunnels are dangerous and they were fun. But we basically created like a little claymore nest down there, and so we were baiting them down into it. And yeah, it was pretty successful. I'm telling you, the claymore strats are good. Yeah. Don't sleep on claymores. They're great.
That's the second time that somebody mentioned being pretty creative with the claymores. Yep, that makes me happy to hear that they slowed down the movement. You know, these people aren't flying and they're not gliding and going all over the place like Destiny. Slightly a bit more slowed down, slightly a bit more tactical. I love the usage of mines and traps and status effects. That's really exciting stuff to hear.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
Lars is like, I know.
Yeah.
So, you know, even in addition to these creators,
Hello, Ted.
the legacy
Hello,
of
Ted.
Marathon's community goes so long and goes so far rather. You know, as someone who's played a lot of Aleph 1 in the past as well myself, back on my Titanium G4 power book so long ago, bringing in the Aleph 1 team was really, really exciting. You guys got a chance to work with them as well, isn't that right?
Yeah, I mean, it's super exciting to sort of connect to the heritage of Marathon, right? Like to keep that alive as we're sort of building this new world. And so working with the Aleph 1 team has been really awesome with the Marathon Classic on Steam.
Yo, man, what is up with his eyes, bro? Is he as high as me right now? Look, do you see this? You see his eyes, man? Do you see his eyes?
Is the release that they had, as well as the Marathon.
Or is he like falling asleep while he's talking?
Classic 2, I think, is on Steam as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, both of those, it's like sort of connecting the threads, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
Sort of remembering the past as we're sort of building this new, re-envisioning in a lot of ways of what Marathon is.
Yeah. Actually, kind of on this topic as well about the dangers of the world, we do have a question from Twitch chat. Are there dangerous PvE encounters? Obviously, you've mentioned that the UESC is art.
Yes, this is what I wanted to hear more of. Tell me more about the PvE situation.
Out there, pardon me, and you should underestimate them at your own peril. But can you tell us a little bit more about maybe some of those emergent threats that await players?
Yeah, absolutely. There's the UESC security units that are out there. There's a bunch of different types that do different things, so watch out for them. We also have ticks, which are these wonderful, surprising, explodey fauna. Yeah, they run at you.
Yeah.
They run at you, explode on you, and you have to shoot the nests actually to get rid of them essentially. Otherwise, they'll keep coming. And there's a bunch of hazards and stuff
Keep
that
coming.
are like going to be on the map as well. Like we have a bunch of like tox rooms and
Yeah.
all kinds of surprises that await players. And yeah, in the alpha there's a few, but
What's
we
the
got a lot.
scariest UESC unit to you?
The scariest
Yeah.
unit? The Ghost Commander for me,
Yeah.
for sure. The Ghost Commander, their ability is like they go into active camo and they actually have clone. They have a bunch of like clones that go out there, so you think you're not sure which one to shoot. And then by the time you recognize which one is actually the real one, right, it's like it may be over for you. But that's one. The sniper, also love the sniper as well. We really want to have these prolonged sniper fights that are really great against the UESC. And if you manage to really push them and they notice you're pushing, they'll punish you for that too. So like, yeah, definitely be careful of these units. Tread carefully.
Not to be trifled with, right?
And
UESC? Is that what he kept saying? PvE units. UESC. I believe that's what he said.
The recruits, honestly, the recruits, they have this rush down that they do. If you're not too careful in knowing where they're going to be flanking you and rushing you down from, like, yeah, we're purposely making them these formidable foes that you can't get treasure out of the world easily, and they're guarding it, and they're doing a pretty damn good job.
And you can't ignore them either. Once
No.
they're on your set, you kind of got to figure out a way.
Yes.
Exactly.
Also, too, we've got
Or just
another
run
question
away,
from,
right?
I believe, Shepsky. Can a team be composed of any number of runner types, like 3 Blackbirds, for example?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
There's no restriction on how you assemble your crew. You can all play the same. You can create a meme comp if you want. Or you can diversify a little bit, you know, and sort of try to use each other's utilities. But we've seen them all. It's been really cool to see kind of the different combinations we've seen. Yeah.
But you may never know, like those 3 different like players that are playing Blackbird, they may have very different builds and what they're gearing towards in Blackbird, right? Like they may be some of them, like one of them may actually have implants that allow them to go in.
That's like having 2 different Titans on your team. Like you can have a Titan that does the Titan bubble, and then you could have another one that's like Titan hammers and all that other shit. So yeah, I'm glad that they did not restrict the classes like that.
Active
Good.
camo.
That lets you know that there is true build diversity amongst those classes, those 6 classes. So that's good to know that they don't have to restrict, you know, the number of classes you have, because each one of them they can just be so diverse. There's really no need to do that. I love that.
It's not a specific thing for a runner, so we're purposely trying to make it so that you can diversify.
I did see the shield wall comp, which is like basically 3 locusts.
Oh,
in like in the
3
playtest
shieldy
last
boys.
week, yeah.
Let's go. So, you know, again, obviously, it's been so much fun to hear you guys even talking about this game and the experiences you've had. You've been building a world that's really ripe for players to tell their own stories in. You know, again, with the closed alpha on the way on April 23rd, as players finally get a chance, some of them, to jump in, what are some of the stories you're most excited for them to get to dive in and maybe tell themselves?
Oh, so many. I mean, there's so many different stories that I think are that we're looking forward to seeing happen, especially ones that we've never even seen before. But
Dude, should we do a third blunt?
Getting onto the planet, like honestly, just trying to
Before we
survive
play,
amongst all of the different threats that exist
Before we jump into Warzone?
there, the dying, you know. When our trail says death, it's death. You know, there's a lot of death in the game. The learning from it, the challenging yourself, the getting back up and trying to do something new. It's gonna be exciting. I'm sure there's plenty of other things.
I'm curious, Mr. Cross. What are you expecting?
I mean, I'm you know, have the fortune to launch Destiny and now Marathon. It's always amazing to put something out into the world that you've been working on, you know, sort of in a bubble for 6 years or something like that, and have the players experience the visual world for the first time is amazing. Introducing the IP into the world, you know, sort of beyond the game. You know, sort of the culture it creates. Always excited to see like what the fans tell us what the game is and what the metas are and what the IP is, and so that exchange is always amazing.
Yeah, check out the Discord. It's getting wild in there right now. How about you? Anything come to mind on your side?
I'm just really excited for folks to discover the content and play with it in interesting ways. We've been making this meal for a bit. It's just time to see folks play, right? Like we've been making the sandbox for a bit. We've been working together on all the activities and everything in the world, right? It's just going to be exciting to see people react to it organically and learn from it.
Yeah, very exciting.
I'm also curious to see which runner will be the crowd favorite, out of the end. I have theories.
I know you have many theories.
Yeah.
I don't know enough but if I were to take a quick guess, I think Glitch might be the one I start with. I can see myself trying Glitch.
Well, chat, Discord, let us know. We'd love to hear what you guys are thinking.
Absolutely.
But that brings us to just about the conclusion of what's been a very action-packed show. So for starters, guys, thanks so much for being here today. We really appreciate it.
I mean, thank you so much, and thank you everybody out there. Like, our team is literally sitting behind these cameras here, and they're amazing. Like, you know, you should give yourselves a hand, you know, for putting together.
Wow. Is that a group of people? Okay.
And there's an immense amount of staff here that has been super gracious and kind to come and help work with us on this. So just want to make sure all of you, let's give you a hand too. You know, you've been doing an amazing job. Thank you.
Very good.
That's right. So again, as we noted at the top of the show, coming up at the very, very end, we've got a very special surprise. So go ahead and do yourself a favor and stick around all the way through till the end.
What's the
but
surprise?
again, a huge thanks, Joe Ziegler, Joe Cross, Andrew Witz, and Lars Bach. And thank you all for being here today. And of course, again, to echo Ziegler, thank you so much to the entire dev team here at Bungie. Thank you so much for being here today. Whether you're here with us in person or you're at home, it's your contributions that make Marathon possible. So truly, thank you. It's honestly humbling to be here today. And again, of course, the crew here, thank you all so much for all of your hard work. It's been incredible seeing this stage come up so quickly, rather. So thank you so much. It's been a gargantuan effort, and it's all thanks to your efforts. And most importantly, again, to all of you fine folks out there for joining us today. It's such a privilege for us to get the opportunity to share what we've been working on, and it matters most when you show up and join us. We know you have busy days, and we're thankful to be a part of it. So thank you for joining us here on this Saturday morning. And of course, we got something fun at the end. Make sure you stick around for a little bit longer. We're going to be rating Scarrow and Mr. Raffle Waffles, Milo, out there here just after the show ends. So go ahead and tell them we said hello when you get a chance to drop into their chat. But As has become kind of a tradition here at Bungie with our streams, we've saved just one more special thing here for you.
What
at
is
the
it?
End. Now, we've told you a lot about the game so far, but we haven't had a chance to really touch on the narrative just yet. And we're really excited to build a story that's innovative in the extraction shooter space,
Stories,
both in and
okay.
out of the game. And
Story element.
we'd love to show you a glimpse of that now. So we've had the opportunity to partner with Academy and Emmy award-winning director Alberto Mielgo to go ahead and show you just a bit of a snapshot of what life is like on Tau Ceti. So we hope you enjoy, but in the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you all Starside.
How you doing, Merc? Good to see you, baby. What is this? Oh, wow. They put rafters up and everything. Oh, it's a cutscene of the... Okay, let's see it. Yeah. I love the design of this.
I met a traveler from an antique land who said, "Two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that it sculptor well those passions red which yet survive. Stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, lifeless thing that mocked them. And the heart that fed, and the heart that fed.
Welcome once again.
That's them looting.
Once again. How's the new shell? How's the new shell feeling?
I mean, it feels just like what it is, right? Like $1 trillion.
Like $1 trillion.
Sakaguchi Genetics sent a reminder. Your shell repayment is coming up and will be charged against your line of credit.
Yeah, I know. Do you mind if we skip the formalities this time? Got a big contract waiting down there, so.
Contract. Understood. Let's proceed with your grounding exercise. Are you familiar with this item?
That's my lucky charm. Yeah. Supposed to be my lucky charm.
Sorry, you guys know I'm a sucker for combat movement. I just love the way he throws the shield down. I gotta see that again. That was dope.
Can you identify her?
Yeah, You know
Consider this. Do you recognize this child?
Who are you? I don't know.
It's you.
Really?
Hey, what's that you always tune into? Worth anything?
I don't know, but I like it. It speaks to me.
Let me listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
That voice. That's that sounds like Kaden Alenko's voice. I'm gonna be all up in this game. This is basically Mercenary. This is Destiny and Warzone rolled into one, basically. That's what it is. It's Destiny and Warzone put together.
Do you ever wonder what happened to these people?
It's not my business.
And this music is? You'll have a tough time finding a buyer.
Good. It's not for sale. Give it to me.
Yeah, it's Kaden Alenko's voice. I like the way this is looking, man. UESCs. That was really cool.
And on the pedestal these words appear. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remain. Nothing beside remain. Round the decay of that colossal wreck. Round the decay of the boundless and bare.
That's it.
The lone and level sand stretch far away.
Do you recognize this child?
I don't know. Is that me?
Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch this. I'm gonna show this to Gabby. I think she would really like it. This is extremely unique. Why do they put the name sideways though? I'd like to actually try to read this. I don't know any of these. It's a lot of names. Oh, is it the entire company? Join the Discord to sign up. Okay. I can't believe that game is coming out this year in September. Thank you for watching. Please disperse. Creator alpha gameplay content. Incredible. This game is going to be incredible. Damn, hold on a second. I'm trying to see the inside of this place. I really like that staircase. Hold on. Let me see. Show me what they got. Hold on. Show me. I like this. The way their studio is really cool. Looks like something from Black Mirror, actually. Or, yeah, just looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. This is real, though. It's a tech place. That's pretty cool. Look at that. Yo, man, Bungie be rolling in the bank, man. They got the money, dude. Bungie, they spared no expense up in the Bungie land. High quality living quarters, working quarters, I mean, not living. Oh, the camera shit, yeah. This is really cool. This is really cool. I actually like the way they're doing this with the camera. As we're all saying goodbye to them. It's actually pretty cool. You guys know me, black and red, sexy. Or black and purple. Oh my god. What a show that was. This is going to be something. This is definitely going to be something special. I did not expect that. I feel really good about this game. I think this game's going to be right up my alley. A lot of what I'm looking for here. Here's a couple of little notes that I took. I want to share with you all here. So let's go ahead and can we zoom, make this bigger? Can we zoom in? Control plus, is that what it is? Okay, control plus. Okay, so here's some little notes that I took here. I just want to go over them with you guys here. Thank you all once again. We are going to do an upload on this on YouTube, by the way. I think we should put this on YouTube. Put this for the catalogs, for the analogs, for the dialogues, whatever. So the release date shocked me. I was expecting this game to come out next year. No, it's coming out September 23rd, which is approaching. Not only is it approaching the GTA 6 territory, which is supposed, rumored to be around there, but also that's Call of Duty territory as well too, because Call of Duty usually comes out the month after that. So it comes out, usually Call of Duty comes around Halloween, right? And so this game coming out just a month before that, it's quite a gamble, and you're also competing with Grand Theft Auto 6 and Call of Duty. I'm guessing you're going to be smack dab in the middle of those two. I'm expecting to see GTA coming out around Labor Day, and then this comes out September 23rd, and then Call of Duty will come out Halloween the month after that. That's going to be a tough little section to be in there, but I believe people will make room for this game because it offers a very unique experience, okay? An experience that GTA, off all three of these games that I'm talking about, are extremely unique games, okay? Let's not forget, too, that this upcoming Call of Duty is supposed to bring back their DMZ that they had from Modern Warfare 2 as well. So not only is this game going to be, as it being an extraction shooter, going to be doing its thing, it's not just competing against a Call of Duty title. It's competing against a Call of Duty title that also has the same game type as what this is bringing. But this one's going to be bringing a game type that's still a bit more unique to what Call of Duty is having, because it's going to have a little bit more of the Destiny flair to it, the way the movement is and whatnot. So I think this one might beat Call of Duty's DMZ. We shall see, though. I've been proven wrong so many times. So just throwing that out there. September 23rd. That's an interesting date. It really is. It really is. We also found out that there were 6 classes, but they didn't want to say the other 2 classes. My suspicion, I think that it's going to be, they'll reveal the other 2 classes whenever they they give us the price of the game with the deluxe edition or a battle pass or something like that. Something like that. I can definitely see them linking those other two mysterious classes behind a paywall barrier of some sort. But the 4 classes that we do know of are the Locust, the Blackbird, Glitch, and Void. Void was that one that we saw that was going invisible. Locust, I believe, is the one that has the big shield. Blackbird is the one that does the little radar thing. And I think Glitch is the quick, nimble one. I don't remember. I don't know. We'll have to look at it. I'm going to look at it again off stream. But very interesting classes. And it's good to see 4. You know what? Can I just say this also? It bothers me. Well, you know what? No, it doesn't bother me, because it would bother me if they only offered 4 classes, but your teams can only have a maximum of 3 people. I'm glad that we're going to have 6 classes, and then that way it just feels a bit more balanced. Like, you can have 2 teams that have completely different classes, completely opposite of you, dude. Tell me after when Gabby likes it or not, Buffy. Oh, I will. Yeah. I'm gonna show her this little video, the little Vidoc, this little 10-minute thing after the stream. I think she'll like it. She likes sci-fi. She likes unique designs like that. I think that's a really cool aesthetic they've got going for it. It's very unique. Never seen anything like it. But very, very nice here. Now, the thing is, the number of players on the map can be up to 18 players, depending on the map, they said. So that's pretty cool. I think that's a great number. As long as they are also providing do the stream. What do you mean do the stream? Not during the stream. No, she's over here. She's over there relaxing. We just celebrated her birthday. She just ate a bunch of food. She's relaxing and watching her shows right now. Not right now. No. I don't think she wants to be on the camera. But plus I'm locked in for this anyway. But 18 players maximum. I like that number as long as they provide a good PvE experience. Meaning the AI players, whether they are the UESC or any other type of enemy factions, as long as those are providing a good, enriching experience, then we're okay. The downfall of Modern Warfare 2's DMZ experience that was one of the gripes about it was I was like, hey, I love this concept. I love the way that you're doing it, but your AI enemies are doo-doo. They're either trash or then you'll have one random one that's just like, whoa, like that'll fucking one-shot you. And the way that they are, if they're just a little boring and bland and they're not really that inspiring, but the concept, we see the potential. But I think the next one's gonna knock it out of the park though. But this right here, they seem to be offering an excellent PvE experience to kind of make up for just the 18 players on the map. And that also tells me that maybe the map won't be as big as a Warzone map. I don't think it's going to be that big. I don't foresee each one of these places dropping that. Well, maybe, I don't know, but I don't think so. But I could be wrong. There are a lot of open, empty spaces in Warzone too sometimes. So what else do we have here? I noticed that they've got looting, something that comes from all the battle royales. We love to see that. They've got a knock system just like in the battle royales. I'd love to see that. But yeah, like I was just saying, people are going to be making COD DMZ and Helldivers 2 comparisons to this for sure. Absolutely. Like I can see it now. The YouTube videos coming out. It'll be Marathon versus DMZ versus Helldivers 2 or something like that. Like the comparisons. I know there's going to be YouTubers out there doing that. 3-player teams or solo. It's a little interesting that you can't lock in with just 2 people. But since the game is so tactical and team-based, it'll be an interesting experience as a solo player. It really will be. I mean, of course, obviously, you can fill in to have 2 other players, too, so thank God for that. But I'm okay with the 3-player teams. I've grown accustomed to it through all this time with Destiny, so it is what it is. But I kind of, yeah, and plus, you don't want to fracture the player base also. Like, if you have a 3-player only playlist, and then a 4-player only playlist, and then you have a big team only playlist, you tend to fracture the numbers of, in the interactions between other players. Keep them all together in one place, so it just seems a bit more fruitful there. So it makes sense. I like it. I like that. Implants are pretty much like their new armor system. Instead of looking for things like gloves and shoes and boots and capes and all that stuff, sure, you can change that stuff, but that's all aesthetics which I greatly appreciate. That's what I've always wanted about Destiny. They had to introduce transmog, but I prefer this. Let us just change our clothes to whatever the fuck we want, and then let the customizations, the modifications be the implants. That's what I like to see right there. So that's good. That's pretty much like their new armor system right there. They should dead ass add Insurgency Sandstorm. That AI will wipe anything that work as a team. Oh really? Never played. I've never played that game. Some games have AI so good it's impossible to kill. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. The other thing they mentioned, they bring in the color classes back. You know, we're gonna see the purple items, gold items. You know, they've got legendary, they got exotic. So we're good. It's good to see a nice color class system that's congruent amongst Destiny and Warzone. That's congruent along most of games these days, anyway. So that's fine. Backpacks. That one I was surprised with. I was not thinking about the backpack. That's definitely a battle royale Warzone thing. Not so much a Helldivers thing. You know, you don't have to manage a backpack in Helldivers. You just manage what you bring. That's it. That's the only thing you manage. And yeah, the other ones though, there is a backpack, so that's nice to see that is a thing. And they did say that there are different kinds of backpacks, I believe, that have different that can hold more items or less items, and perhaps even give you certain abilities. Oh, like looting faster. Somebody said something like that earlier. I thought that was an incredible, brilliant idea. Like I said it earlier, no other battle royale gives the player the ability to loot faster. That is a unique experience, and I keep telling you guys, that's one of those things that Bungie is really good at doing. When they're blending these worlds together, they can find unique things to kind of turn things up, dial it up to 11 a little bit. So just hearing one of those little things like that just got me really excited. I know it's a silly thing, but just knowing that, I wonder what else is under the hood, you know? Loot speed adjustments upgrade. Yep, I already just said that one. In-game store, the black market. Now, when they're saying the in-game store, they're not talking about like the store that we're spending our actual hard-earned money for. They're referring to the in-game store, like within the store that you use like your in-game credit to buy things, kind of like with Counter-Strike and even in DMZ as well too. There were certain things that you could bring back and you can break down for the blueprints to purchase at like a little store or a vendor. That's something similar to that, so that's good that they've got that as well. They did mention the status effects as well, being slowed, the toxins, the knockbacks, so that's really good to hear. I was curious about skill-based matchmaking. What's that like? What's their whole matchmaking system like? I know that they've got dedicated servers, and I'm just a bit more curious about that one. Now, they do have the shield and the armor break, which was very much a Warzone thing that I told you I just love to see, dude. It makes me happy to see that. They brought the sniper glint back. That's good to see that as well. PvE units, the UESC. We're gonna have to do a little bit of a lore deep dive on some of these factions we know nothing about, but they do seem pretty cool and interesting. And last but not least, the last little thing I wanted to add on my notes was that the teams can have duplicate classes, which I love. And I'm a big fan of there being 6 classes, and I think that's fine. Especially, you know, with how diverse everything is supposed to be, you know. So that's good. That's good. Hold on, I just want to save this. Save it. I just want to save this like on my where's the desktop? Oh, there it is right there, desktop. I'm gonna call this one what the fuck is it? Marathon notes. Save it. Okay, good. Wanted to save that shit. That's incredible, man. Truly incredible.